Chrysalides says WTF. The unreturned says broken. The unreturned says let us expand. The unreturned says BTW Dreamwalker is that song Skystar Math I think. The unreturned says let's sleep. The unreturned says feelin' gay. Chrysalides says what is your skin anyway? The unreturned says ick. The unreturned says stole onlyin. Chrysalides says LMAO. The unreturned says here. The unreturned says is the dip name ethereal used only by Skystar? Chrysalides says ick. The unreturned says seemed like it? The unreturned says feelin' leaved. Chrysalides says feelin' relieved. The unreturned says haha. The unreturned says gay joke. The unreturned says like my life. Chrysalides says, winky face. The unreturned says when will a throne come? Chrysaliddy says alien, dope song, weird map. The unreturned says stop Winnie upload. The unreturned says stop Winnie upload. The unreturned says stop Winnie upload. Chrysaliddy says alien, doper song, no map. The unreturned says what song is that? Chrysaliddy says idk. The unreturned says think. Chrysaliddy says alien Enhato remix, dopest song, no map. Chrysaliddy says Enhelv, works of God should not be compared to that of mortals. The unreturned says Hitarigato, it's fucking incest, 8 least 5 maps. The unreturned says asterisk set. Chrysaliddy says Harumaki Clover, KYS. The unreturned says BTW I made one as well. Chrysaliddy says okay. The unreturned says it's far more interesting than others. Chrysaliddy says I bet Axarias can get 1000 pp. The unreturned says silence. The unreturned says bad timing. Chrysaliddy says, smiley face. The unreturned says I liked Harumaki Clover booming mix. The unreturned says asterisk blooming. Chrysaliddy says Wan. The unreturned says 60 69 215. Chrysalidis says okay. The unreturned says Coord. The unreturned says you want Blackwood or Whitty Wood. Chrysalidis says saw. Chrysalidis says said. Chrysalidis says saw. The unreturned says sin, 0. Chrysalidis says if only Axarias played Hatai HDHRDT. Chrysalidis says. The unreturned says touch screen detected, -1. Chrysalidis says N. Chrysalidis says NA. The unreturned says got some bitch wood. Chrysalidis says UNN. Chrysalidis says UN. Chrysalidis says UN. Chrysalidis says none. Chrysalidis says un. The unreturned says Mother Teresa. Chrysalidis says un. Chrysalidis says none. Chrysalidis says none. Chrysalidis says lowly. The unreturned says smile, sweet, sister, sadistic, surprise, service, see. Chrysalidis says ga. The unreturned says Lady Gaga. Chrysalidi says yo. Chrysalidi says yo. The unreturned says y0. Chrysalidi says smile, sweet, sister, sadistic, surprise, service, sahsahgehyo sahsahgehyo. Chrysalidi says cool. The unreturned says smile, sweet, sister, sadistic, surprise, service, send nudes. Chrysalidi says shoopta whoop. The unreturned says bois. The unreturned says bra size. Chrysalidi says uwa dash. The unreturned says waya. The unreturned says ah. Chrysalidi says acutic notes. The unreturned says ag. Chrysalidi says psychosia. The unreturned says autismic notes. The unreturned says no. Chrysalidi says ag. The unreturned says psychosio is God. The unreturned says ag. Chrysalidi says ag. The unreturned says. The unreturned says WTF. Chrysalidi says we discovered the helicopter. The unreturned says pew pew pew. The unreturned says pew 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 pop. The unreturned says we done it. Chrysalidi says rule 177, for every voice synthesizer there is a way to make it sound like a helicopter. The unreturned says pew 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 pop. The unreturned says pew 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 pop. The unreturned says pew 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 pop. The unreturned says pew 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 pop. Chrysalidi says ag. Chrysalidi says ag. The unreturned says sleep. The unreturned says dud. The unreturned says let's hunt cow. Chrysalidi says hoopla. The unreturned says Chrysalidi says WTF is this? Chrysalidi says brew what is this? The unreturned says which? Chrysalidi says that's new to me. The unreturned says it's introduced in. The unreturned says 1.9 or 1.10. Chrysalidi says what does it do? The unreturned says aesthetics. The unreturned says OWO. Chrysalides says what's this? The unreturned says grass. Chrysalides says ras. The unreturned says BTW. Chrysalides says nanny. The unreturned says you should use advanced 2 TIPS. The unreturned says F3 plus H. Chrysalides says it's shown. The unreturned says useful for durabilities. Chrysalides says so what's our end goal? The unreturned says have fun. The unreturned says firstly, just. The unreturned says aim for nether. The unreturned says which. The unreturned says The unreturned says get armor. Chrysalides says we can make a portal easy. The unreturned says yeah. The unreturned says but. The unreturned says surviving in nether. Chrysalides says but getting stuff done there. The unreturned says get some more iron. Chrysalides says actually. Chrysalides says I have 25 iron. Chrysalides says hashtag resource hoarding. The unreturned says okay. The unreturned says wait.